Hello everyone and welcome back to another math video. Today we're going to be talking about the volume of cubes and rectangular prisms, so similar to the problems that you see up on the screen here. Just a reminder, this is the normal version. If you'd like the speedrun version where we go through it pretty quickly, I will link that in the description below. Okay, your Ricasso Recap starts now. In 30 seconds or less, here's what you need to know before you start this lesson. Firstly, you should know how to solve equations. If you'd like a refresher on this topic, I will link a video in the description below. Please go watch that before you start this lesson. All right, new lesson starts now. Here we go. It says, what is the volume? And they give us this, this shape that looks like a box. So volume just means how much can I put on the inside of this? Basically, that's volume. So to find the volume of it, let's call it a box. The fancy geometry term would be rectangular prism. Okay, there's a formula, and it's the length multiplied by the width multiplied by the height. And so the height of the box is 2. So we know this is 2. And then the length and the width are on the bottom, right? It's this bottom rectangle here. And so the length is 5, the width is 4.5. And if you multiply these three numbers, you will get a nice even 45. And then the units, these are feet to the third power, okay? Or cubic feet would be how we say that. All right, here's our cool clock for today, which means that it's time for you to practice what you just learned. Go ahead and pause the video and try these two problems on your own. And when you're ready, you can unpause the video and we'll check your answers. Okay, now that you've had time to work these problems, let's check your solutions. For the first problem, here is the work. You should have gotten 27 cubic centimeters. And for the second problem, here's the work. You should have gotten 3.6 cubic yards. Now for this one, it's a little backwards because they say the volume of this rectangular prism is 20.4 cubic inches. What is the value of V? Okay, and V is in our drawing down here. So in this problem, it's like they give you the answer and they want you to say, okay, how did I get to this answer? So the way you set it up, remember the volume is equal to length times width times height. And so let's change colors here to make it a little easier. Okay. So we know the volume is 20.4 equals, we know, remember L and W, we know one of them, right? We know one of them is 2, so we'll just say 2 times W, which I don't know. And let's call it, I know this is confusing, but let's call it V, because that's what it is in the drawing, times the height, which is 6. And now we should know how to solve this equation. And when you solve it down, you should get that V is equal to 1.7 inches. And you can always check your work, right? Because you could do length times width times height. So you could do 2 times 1.7 times the height, which is 6. If you multiply those three numbers, you should end up with 20.4 because that's the volume you should be getting. All right, here's our cool clock for today. So it's time to practice. Go ahead and pause the video, try these two on your own. When you're ready, unpause and we'll check your answers. Okay, now that you've had time to work these problems, let's check your solutions. Okay, for the first problem here is the work. You should have gotten that Q equals 14. And for the second problem here is the work. You should have gotten 2.9 yards. All right, that's it for today. I hope y'all have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.